And we're back. Actually, none of you guys
Kick.
know that we're back. Hi,
Nope.
guys.
Wait, where are we?
That transition, though!
I know, the transition, it's all really nice.
Oh!
It was-
look at us!
It was all very much worth the money. I have to turn down the volume because I can hear it on my laptop in the background. I just heard Mel go, "Ooh!" Hi, guys. Sorry for the semi-late start, but you should be kind of used to that by now.
We
Apologies.
tend to start
How
15
dare
minutes
you.
after starting time.
Yeah, we're gonna get better. The more I start setting these things up, the easier and better it's gonna get. Hi, I'm Vinny /Vander. This is Records of the Realm, the original group of the original campaign arc, Earth Arc Reroaded, until we decide on a better name. But I'm gonna keep calling it Reroaded because it's really fun for me.
I gave you a better name. I said New Ground.
Yeah, within like a half hour of starting, Griff.
Fair.
For those of you who don't know, besides the Gentlefolk Saga, besides the other kind of one-shots and individual stuff we have going, there is an overarching scheme called the Elemental Extrication that has had a bunch of different arcs, starting with Earth, and then we had Air, then Water, then Fire, and we are currently on Light, which is what we play on Sundays. The Earth Arc is the OG. This is the OG crew. We also played 100 sessions of Avernus, which was a time.
That was a one-shot.
That was a one-shot.
And I was looking through our past messages, and when we were talking about the origins of Gentlefolk, you're also like, oh, I was just trying to see what you remembered from it, because I was thinking about doing a one-shot. I have that in text, Vinny.
Look, it's me. I'm sorry. Plots get out of hand.
If Vinny ever invites you to a one-shot and it's in an abandoned alley, run. He is going to keep you forever.
Isn't that like... But of things to keep you for, I feel like D&D's the best. Like...
For the next at least 3 to 5 years.
Give or take. So we're going to do... We're going to do a quick going around so everyone can introduce themselves before we explain what exactly this is, because everyone should get the credit they deserve. First, the artwork of our characters was literally the original artwork that Griffin, as over here, did of the PCs. I also had an NPC, but I'm not going to show him because he ain't around right now with these knuckleheads. And then Stream Spell is the one who made all these amazing backgrounds that we're going to be using. So me, I'm Vinny or Vander, and you can find me at vander.vision for everything, including cosplay photography and videography, all that stuff. Becca, if you'd like to share any of your information, and maybe share your character too. Everyone should share their character when they go.
Hi, I'm Becca. I go by Greengrass Pony on most sites of literally everything. I play the character Gwen. She is a level 14 druid, and I am relearning her and how crazy her power is, because, man oh man, I have missed 6th, 7th, 8th level druid spells.
I will say the funnier thing is that I think you had lower level druid, but you still defeated like a higher level boss by the end of Avernus.
Oh, most certainly. It's just a different kind of power, you know, but I still have lightning. I still have my wand of lightning. I'm excited to use that.
Griff, if you'd like to go.
My name is Griffin. Besides the illustration stuff, I got to play my favorite character I've made so far, my constant go-to, Eleira. Who is a rogue a bard who thinks she's a rogue. And in this iteration, she was more the mom of the group, like buying people presents and having a magnificent mansion where like everyone had their own private room and like study areas and what have you. And it's really weird to go from Avernus Eleira, where she was like a monstrous, warped focus, like becoming more evil while in hell, and now going back to like the sweet and pleasant, like, I'm just going to quietly help out from here. It's going to be a very interesting shift. Also, Griffin _ESS on Instagram and whatnot.
I think I still have the original artwork and the YouTube link to when you gave us the tour of the house, which was amazing, and we might play that at some point because that was fantastic.
I built it in Sims 4 and was just like, this is the easiest way I can make this work.
It's a great way for Magnificent Mansion people to like actually build it, and it should be a thing. Mel, people know you, but I guess we'll have
If you don't know my ass by now, hi, my name's Mel. I go by Mellowette on most socials, Mellowette_ on Twitch. And in this campaign, because I'm in too many, play Serenity, but you can call me Bliss. Kostroval, who is an orphaned young monk who recently went on her pilgrimage to do good in the name of her community and ended up with these chuckle fucks. So and she's got a bit of an anime backstory, so we'll see if we deal with that. That's me though.
And then, last but not least, Meg.
Meg. I think my social is Yarnbug. Could
That's-
be Haston Cosplay Photography. You never know.
I put up Yarnbug, but we can always switch it if you ever want it.
I mean, it's both. I play Skaldi. She's Firbolg. She's a ranger. She don't talk much. She still has a memory thing. We kept that from Avernus and from original Earth Arc. She's a bit more punchy than in Avernus, which is going to be super fun because she was already punchy in Avernus.
We get to go back to you just firing arrows into
Yeah.
people's shins. Or
How do you say hi to your brother you haven't seen in years? Shoot him in the foot.
Yes.
I am very much looking forward to the return of Skaldi. Blinks
Blinks doot 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 doot, Skaldi, blinks doot doot. I also forgot to mention Serenity is a Way of the Four Elements monk, but a revised version, because the book version sucks.
yeah, it doesn't.
No offense, Wizards of the Coast. Actually, full offense, Wizards of the Coast. I'm still mad at you for 666. So we're holding a grudge.
That was like 50 sessions ago. Whatever. If you don't know, we've been playing D&D together for a while. We did a
Too long.
We did a long Avernus campaign together, which wound up with a lot of people get really mad at Wizards of the Coast because, I mean, you guys know what you did. We don't really need to tell you. But beyond that, we're here to play in a homebrew world called Vigari, which, again, if you've watched Gentlefolk or Light or any of that, all of that takes place in the same world. If it's considered elemental extrication or Gentlefolk, it's probably in that world. And the Earth Arc, we completed a couple years ago at this point. It took about 20 to 22 sessions. I forget exactly what it was, but it was actually the shortest of the 5 arcs
Shortest of all the
that
arcs
I've done so far. Which, again, it just kind of reinforces the point that if you don't want to play D&D for a really long time, don't start a game with me.
No.
But I will say,
Don't
we did
ever
have-
offer to start a one-shot with Vinny. It's not a one-shot. It's a lie. It's a fucking trap. It's
I
a
will say,
trap.
out of all of the things I've heard and seen so far, I think we have the best attendance rate as a group, so that's wonderful.
Yeah, no, still true. Still very true at this point.
You want to stay for one shot? You want to stay forever?
Wow, that's a
That was awful.
that's a Disney cut I didn't expect to have tonight. Yeah, so this session is going to be us going over. This will probably be the boring session, quote unquote, because it is session 0. I have a list of notes. We're going to go through them. It's basically to make sure everybody's on the same page about what we're doing, including topics to avoid, topics people want to touch on. Rechecking character sheets because it's been so long and we did really funky things and I made really overpowered stupid things then, and now I need to change them and probably keep them pretty overpowered, but it's gonna function correctly in the D&D world, where before they did not. In addition to that, we're going to go through a bunch of that stuff together. A lot of this is going to be repeat info, probably for these guys because they know how I play at this point, but it's just a good way to play it safe. So expect it to be boring for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then we're going to talk about the interesting stuff. Okay, thank you. That goes that. I'm going to take some water. Water is important.
Hydrate, don't hydrate.
So the rest of you guys, you 4/3, because Mel died again. I'm going to be going through the Earth Arc Sweet Goss doc that I sent, which is literally just a session 0 doc. It is just things that we're going to be going over as a group. Most of it's stuff you already know because we played together already, but it's going to be me just quickly running through stuff for just making sure we're all up to date on things. So this is what we're going to do before we start going crazy. Does any of you four already have questions before we get into anything?
Not so much a question, but no. I was going through everything and I found a bunch of stuff, and there was some stuff I couldn't find, and I've kind of dug out what I can. The one thing I'm still completely out of sync on is my lion pet that I had that died, and I kept the skull, and it was doing a thing, but I don't think I have any notes in here of how to re-summon it, but I knew that was an option, so I would like to explore that at some point, but that's not an emergency.
I can actually explain that one real quick, because I do remember that, because I was trying to remember a lot of the things. You guys each got tattoos at some point. Some were warm, some were cold, and the tattoo basically gave you the ranger spend 8 hours and sacrifice 50 gold's worth of herbs and incenses, and you can resummon it type thing that the Beastmasters get. That was kind of what we did for that, because I believe Gwen pulled the lion out of a bag for you, and then was magically imbued to you with the tattoo.
Thanks, Gwen.
Also, the bag of tricks is cheating, because it's just here is more breaking.
It's not cheating. They only last a day or until they get poofed.
Yeah.
Do you remember what my tattoo was? Because I do not.
So I made a lot of them, and I do not remember all of them. There were warm tattoos, which were supposed to be for physical things. So usually it was either a +1 boost to strength, dex, or con, or you got a distance boost so you could run faster, or an AC boost or something like that. And then cool tattoos at this point was hey, boost one of your soft skills, or your arcane or your spellcasting DC, or you got another spell thing attached to you. So realistically, it could be just about anything. I have no idea. So I know that's not helpful
somewhere, but now we know to search tattoos as a keyword in the notes, so we can get it later.
It's not in the digital notes. I'll have to check the actual notebook.
Yeah, so that's my bad. I don't remember.
It's not your bad. It's my bad. I took no notes during Earth Arc at all. I couldn't find it. I checked every single notebook and I couldn't find a thing. I did find the first 4 sessions worth of Avernus notes, though, that I didn't think I had.
Oh, so the only 4 notes you took in Avernus?
Excuse you, I started taking notes after September of a year and a half ago. But
You mean when it became plot relevant because there were so many complicated things going on that you had to?
That sounds right.
Hello, Internet. I am the lore keeper. Keeper of the lore.
Worst case scenario with the tattoo thing, we can just say that we did a day of doing cover-ups and just swap out what the tattoos do.
Yeah, I'm totally down with that. We can work it out. I've made up more tattoos since then, and there's other things, so we can all figure it out. Mel, you good? I was doing a thing. You Gucci?
My dog was barking.
Gotcha. Did you?
Yeah, it might be her too.
Did you, Mel, have any
I
questions?
wish I could just remove my ears when my dog was barking.
Did I have any questions?
Before I start going through all of the session 0 stuff, do you have any questions about anything that you want to get out of the way before we start going through all this stuff?
Currently, no.
Cool.
If I have anything, I will ask you.
Hi, Matcha. Cool. So, first thing is notes. As Meg already gave us, we now have a group notes section. So
basically, we learn that it's a wildlife preserve, the never-ending woods, and a while back, a force began to wipe out, torture, and corrupt. I have a misspelling. The animals. The elves tried normal means to combat this, but needed a base, so they made this preserve where they care for all the creatures. The war erupted with the Gith, who released this force, and the preserve survives because it's kept hidden. The Firbolgs are usually a nomadic clan.
I think we missed
At the mountain.
I don't remember who it was, but I remember the part being when the door got opened. I forget who walked in. I think it was Eleira who walked in first thing and just got shot with a bunch of arrows. And I can't remember who it was, but I'm pretty sure that's who it was.
It was either Eleira or Bliss.
Yeah, it was one of the tieflings were just like, let's just walk in.
Yeah, the tieflings chose violence.
I'm not 100% sure if it was me, but that checks out.
I can tell you who it was.
I just remember in my head, I was like, one of you guys walked in, and I was like, okay, well, they got like 10 people with arrows trained at the door. So, anyways, that was just my favorite part of that. I can
tell you who it was.
But yeah, we do.
Have the notes.
But you do.
I'll tell you later.
Skaldi eventually meets up with parents.
Yes. We meet up with the parents. We kind of make friends. Gwen makes friends with a fairy dragon. Teaches it bad things.
Some things never change.
No.
Leather and anal beads were involved.
Prayer beads.
There was some bribing. We kind of made friends, and then we couldn't help but overhear that there was some trouble brewing, so we offered to help. Even though we were already like under contract to go rescue this one person on a timetable, and Hassett wasn't happy, but he's also joined with us to do this, so.
Because helping you meant it got done quicker, which meant his thing went faster.
So, Fear was the head elf lady in my notes. She returned injured, and Gwen had a crow dream. So we took a detour to an abandoned village. We found an elf named Toman, who was in the middle of a PTSD flashback. And unfortunately, we had to fight Toman to try and restrain them, which is not what you do with someone in a PTSD flashback. After a couple greater restorations, so I believe Gwen does have that. Toman's back to senses. They were fighting the war against the Gith, and we talked Toman into coming back to the preserve. The elves take Toman in, and we get our wounds treated, and Skaldi's family has a little bit of a reunion, except for the brother, who made decisions. Eleira does some gifts, and we leave. Then we have to go through a maze, where Skaldi and Hassett get trapped in a fairy ring. That was fun. Didn't last very long. So we get out of the maze, and around 4 a.m. on watch, Bliss and Eleira see something, and they try to investigate and wake the party to fight a mech dire wolf, and a manta person, and an Aarakocra, and a barbarian, who I believe were all assassins sent out to capture.
And so the birds of prey came into existence.
Oh, fuck me. The birds of prey existed before that, thank you very much, but that was the first time we encountered
That was the first
them.
time you guys as a group had to deal with that.
Hi, Uncle.
I forgot. Yeah, a little lady demands attention, so she's in the lap right now.
For the audience at home, we all have pets that very much like to be the center of attention, and you will
Yes,
probably see all
dogs.
of
I have two.
Cammy's been on screen a few times already.
This is the baby girl.
them. But yes, we got to have your first group run in with the Birds of Prey, which have been a wonderful recurring mercenary group.
Which I think is when then Bliss had to confess, like, her situation to everybody.
Yep.
Like, yeah, I'm being hunted down by my uncle. He murdered my mom, and my dad is on the run. Yay.
Yep.
I only
And then
found
Bliss
this out,
didn't
like,
drink
3 weeks before meeting you guys.
At least he's in the same reality this time.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started about that. Jesus fuck.
So after all that, we decide it would be much faster to travel if we were clouds. So we did that.
That's right.
Skipped the
We
whole rest of the way.
No, not
Is this like materialize ahead and be like, okay, we're gonna go this way, and then poop back into clouds? Oh my God.
What is that spell called? The cloud one?
Gaseous
I
form.
think
Thank you.
gaseous form.
So that might not be the group one. There's an individual one for one person, and there's a group one.
I think it's Windwalk.
Windwalk might be one of them. I don't remember which one. But yeah, you guys were all clouds.
We were all clouds.
And I had to make you
And we
guys
weren't.
like roll stupid checks to be like, hey, do you guys remember can you guys translate directions as clouds? It was very stupid. I enjoyed it.
It was.
But you guys
great.
did circumvent a bunch of stuff by just like...
Yep.
We skipped so much.
I think we like skywrote with our cloud forms to point, like make arrows and things.
It was something like that.
We definitely did.
It was ridiculous.
So, we turn back into our forms and not clouds. So there's a path up the valley to the Goliath village and a totem pole, and Hassett thinks that's where Leon is. There's a couple different ways we could take to get in. We travel once again as clouds, and then there's a crowd of Firbolg seeking to pass and are being told that only members of the tribe can pass. So we uncloud and have a little bit of confrontation. Well, we did a little diplomacy and then a little confrontation. So Skaldi's childhood friend Rook takes the Firbolgs to a different path, and then Hassett decides to materialize from cloud form, and the guards take us to go meet the chief. We got a quick tour of the village, which was a lot more polite than I thought it would be. We went to the tribal chamber, which was also a zone of truth. The Gith had been attacking the village, and Leon had caused an explosion in an escape attempt. The party is lightly interrogated, sees Leon tied up and exhausted. He was in magic people cuffs, like with all the fingers. It was fun. We are accepted into the tribe, given jobs and a place to stay for the night, and instructed to report back in the morning for more stuff. Skaldi runs into her brother, shoots him in the foot.
A classic.
They do a little
Classic
talking.
Skaldi.
Yeah.
That moment did become like a defining moment for Skaldi as a personality trait.
I do love I remember so clearly, it was like, you see your brother there, and then there's just this pause, and you had to be like, what do you do? And then the pause lingered, and then it was, shoot him in the foot. Just total throwaway.
I was thinking of which was the least damaging to shoot. So, in the morning, Skaldi and her brother go out hunting, but the village is attacked by the Gith before we leave, so the party is left in the tribal chamber with Leon and the chief's family, and some of the guards while the village fights the Gith. We kill the guards and the chief's family and free Leon. And then we get our stuff and Leon's stuff, and then we turn into clouds and leave the village. Gwen, Skaldi, and Eleira stay to help defend the village. Bliss goes with Hassett and Leon until they are safely away.
I will say the only person that I believe you killed the chief's wife, who was a Minotaur. Juzoth, the elder, and the junior were there. Right. But you did kill the Minotaur wife.
I believe we called her Mamator.
Yes, you did. That's literally
we did
exactly
in fact
what you
call her
did.
Mamator.
And then I'm pretty sure we lied about it at some point.
We did.
Later on,
Eleira tried to.
Oh, yeah.
Eleira tried to lie in the zone of truth.
I succeeded. I ate up 45 minutes of game time while
did.
Vinny was trying to get me
Eleira
cornered.
successfully misled. Didn't necessarily lie, but misled.
Well, I kept answering every question in the form of a question. It was like, did you steal this stuff? Why would I steal this stuff? Just like the frustration was growing.
Oh, yeah. So the Gith are defeated, or pushed away. We reunite. Bliss tells Eleira that she saw Elira's sister, who you were looking for. We turn into clouds, travel south and across the bridge, so Eleira reunites with her sister Elena. And then we go back to the village, where we help with repairs, and we get our tribal tattoos, and then we harass Skaldi's brother through sign language, which was fun, because he's got a girlfriend now.
Yeah, he came here because he got a Goliath girlfriend and was joining the tribe. And you decided to be a dick to him about it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sister. That's normal shit.
Yeah. There was a mass funeral in the morning, and then a speech, and then the village druid started getting back to replanting the farm. And then we finally get our full tattoos, which are in the Discord chat as much as I could write down because I did not write down everyone's. Then there was a party where Gwen participated in every strength competition. Bliss tells Eleira she talked to a god.
Oh yeah, I
Yuzoff
talked to
gives another
Mistra.
speech. Yeah, you did.
I probably made the same face just now that I made then.
One of the smaller things that wasn't written down that came up was that Bliss didn't meet Dill, who was one of the people who was part of the Birds of Prey.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
That was contracted
to
come murder you guys, and
he was nice to me.
Yeah.
He like took pity on me.
At some point, Dill, Eleira, and Bliss were all just sitting outside on the porch and like eating or drinking or smoking or something. It was just like 3 tieflings of different colors just sitting and chatting. It was a very cute moment. I don't remember why that happened, but there was a lot of conversation there.
She
Might have been while I was harassing my brother.
Did she ask him about the Birds of Prey? Like, did he retire from it? I feel like that's what happened, right? He was like, "I'm just hiding from them, so this is where I live now."
Yeah, he was like, I didn't take that contract, so to not get murdered, I came to the one place where everyone defends each other no matter what. So he came here.
I think what was it? He like felt some type of way about trying to murder a child, right?
Yeah, some people don't want to do that.
Like don't want to participate in that. Gee,
not everybody, but some people.
I mean, assassins just want a challenge. Come on.
Yeah, that's what he did. He looked at baby Bliss with his heavy crossbow and was like, "This is too easy," and just walked away.
I'll come back when you can hit back, kiddo.
Rude.
But yeah, I want to bring that up.
We're having a very awkward conversation with him. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. There's party. And then Juzoth is his name. He wants to send us and another group to go out, find, and kill Hassett and Leon. And while he gave us like a couple hours to decide if we want to take that job or not. So Bliss warns Leon and finds out that there's an essence that Leon wants to free from the mountain. The party debates the right and wrong decisions and the morality of it all, which is how I summed up 3 pages of notes.
I'm pretty sure that was like an hour-long conversation, too. It was a long conversation.
Well, we were debating between we just freed this guy and now you want us to go hunt him down, and we were friends with this guy, but also we didn't really know him very well, but he hired us. They just freed him, and now everyone else is persecuting him. Why should we go fight him as well? And it was this whole roundabout conversation.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then it was like, shit, do we actually help the bad guys all along?
Yeah.
Are we the bad guys?
Damn you, Vinny, and your gray.
Are we the bad guys?
Is it me? Am I the drama? I'm not the drama.
We have skulls on our hats. I have questions.
So at midnight, Juzoth asks the party if we're going. And we are going. We join the hunt. But we also stated that we are against hunting down people, but we're going to join this hunt. It was weird.
Oh, we did do that, yeah.
We did do that.
I think you guys went and Eleira still hung back to do something else. I don't think I went with you guys on that because I was like,
No, all 4 of us had to be there.
Then
there was the big shit.
There was some sneakiness.
Eventually, but there.
Oh yeah, Eleira caught up.
Yes. We tried to mislead the hunting party.
Yes.
We led them through different cave tunnels and puzzles. Skaldi blatantly lied to her brother, being like, the tracks go this way. And then he's like, why can't I see the tracks? And Skaldi's like, because you're stupid. I remember that one so clearly.
That's right.
Sibling energy.
Major sibling energy.
The party makes it to the central cavern before the hunting party, because we figured out our puzzles faster.
Yes, we did. Smart.
Leon, Hassett, and Elena are in the center trying to figure out a riddle to release an orb. The party tries to convince them to run. Hassett reveals that he and Leon were on a job to figure out the essence before Leon was captured, and Hassett hired the party, and we felt a little bit betrayed about that one.
That's right, because
we're spicy.
The tribe, it was considered like sacred ground almost, and they were like, "What the fuck are you doing in our sacred space?"
Mhm.
And they were like, we just want to learn from it. And they were like, too bad, we're gonna arrest you and imprison you.
Well, they were like, we wanna learn from it and release it, and they were like,
Ching, ching,
no.
ching, ching, ching. We just want to learn
Yeah.
from it. Ching, 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 ching.
It belongs in a museum. No, belongs where you found it.
Whew.
Can we talk about the fact that nothing Indiana Jones ever found on screen ended up in a museum? Anyway.
That's true.
After a while, the orb is released, and the party tries to escape the cavern as an earthquake happens, and then a very mad crystal dragon climbs out of the earth, and the party defends against the crystalline dragon and tries to rescue the hunting powder from party from certain death. And then the crystalline dragon is killed, and Leon and Hassett escape through a portal. Assholes. The party
let
and
us
the hunting
go
party.
with them, and we said no.
Well, because we didn't like them at that point.
We were pretty upset with them.
Yeah.
We were like, you fucking lied, bitch.
Yeah. Everyone returns to the village to give their report. And then epilogue time. Back at the cavern with the dead crystalline dragon, a warforged drops down into the center and it digs around for a bit and it pulls free a crystalline egg and leaves. And then we eventually left the village to maybe go our separate ways or maybe find Gwen's family.
Yeah.
We should
Vinny,
specify.
do you remember what the riddle was to like release the earth essence? Because I remember it had something to do with blood of the metal, and that shit fucked with me.
Uno momento, and it did have blood.
It was definitely like blood of the soil, blood of the trees, blood of the mountains, blood of the metal. It was something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was basically loose enough that you could pick like 3 different types of specific races and get it in a few different ways, but like in the end it was like here is dwarf blood, here's Goliath blood, here's Tiefling blood or something like that.
Yep.
And it
Blood of stone, forest, and metal.
Yeah, blood of stone, forest, and metal. So like like you could also have taken the blood of a druid or a ranger for forest. Like there was a lot of, it was very open to interpretation, but there was a lot of solutions.
I had Firbolg next to forest.
That's not surprising, yes. But yeah, you guys did very good. Just to re-compliment, you guys did very good with those puzzles. I was very proud of y'all. Y'all did those very quickly, I remember. I was very happy about that.
I've got another one over here. Bring to me the greatest weapon that King's Covet puts warriors to
Yeah,
ruin
you
in
guys,
endless battles.
that was the
Good
only
shit.
one that took a little bit.
And that's how Gwen got the olive branch.
Yes.
All right.
That was how you got the original olive branch back in the day.
Wait, read that again?
Bring to me the greatest weapon that King's Covet put warriors to ruin and ends all battles. And it was the olive branch.
But then there were other weapons. One was like called Glory Maker and like Death Dealer and stuff like that. And you chose the olive branch.
They all had names.
Wait, did Glory make the Glory Maker?
Yes.
Different timeline?
Glory is in this universe, actually.
Oh yes. There was Mercy, Deathbringer, Kingslayer.
We don't have to go. We don't have.
Meriden.
We don't have to go through them
No,
all.
I'm doing it.
No,
Yes,
we're
we
not.
can. It's lore.
That was all of it.
Okay.
Lore.
And then
And if
the
there's anything
Frieza
I've
came
learned
back to
about
life
you,
and had a metal body.
if there's anything I learned about you, Vinny, is that the lore is fucking important.
The lore is very
So
important.
don't be like, oh, we don't have to talk about it. It's like, no, we need to fucking talk
well,
about it because Vinny's gonna like drop some random thing and it's gonna be important.
Yes, but it's not going to be one of those other like 9 or 10 weapons that were in that game from that one time.
I don't believe you.
Fine, it's fine. But yeah, you guys did go your separate ways from Healith, Leon, and Elena stuck with you guys. And then that's where that's where technically like I think the arc overall ended. But there's a few different things that happened afterwards. And this is what I remember, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. One of the things was you guys did decide as a group to head towards Gwen's hometown.
Yep. I think she said she needed to check on her kids, right?
Yeah.
No, we were having sleepover.
Both.
Serenity, you contacted your grandma and said, "Hey, can you send me some reinforcements?" And she sent you Niasu and Juan, 2 of the lizard folk that she had under quote unquote her employ. Which you know, looking back, should have been a real big hint to a lot of other things that you learned over the years. But anyways,
Excuse me.
So then you guys as a group headed to Gwen's hometown. I believe you guys decided to stick together as a whole. But when you arrived there, because we later added it, because Gwen was nice enough to let me add on to her family, we decided that Ta and Leah were attached to Gwen's family, which then also Serenity knew, which meant Zabe was Gwen's grandchild, and then like there was just some fun connections. So there was a lot of connections happening there, but then we went to text RP and it never went anywhere from there.
Correct. We literally stopped at Gwen's hometown. The last thing I remember was seeing Mika, or Micah. Which one is it?
Mika.
Mika. Okay. I remember seeing Mika the owl and just being like, "Where's my friend? Where's my friend?" And then that's all that I remember.
That was literally like the last thing that happened. So basically, you four plus Elena, Juan, Niasu as like the extra people that have been with your group for like a little bit, went and met up with Gwen's family, and met Gwen's extended family from across the pond, which Serenity already knew a couple of people from. That's where we had it, and where we had you guys located was, I don't have the map up, but I can always send it to you guys, was basically that's very close to the connecting point of what basically is South America to North America, that very thin strip of land before going to the next continent. And you guys were the last thing, and this is what kind of leads into what the next things are, that is where we ended for the most part.
Right. Where
we go from here, which is the next thing, is after Hilderkrag, which is what we are calling Gwen's hometown.
I love that.
What are people's... So everyone lives on this connecting continent, except Serenity. But Skaldi's nomadic tribe, Eleira, your parents' moon and sun elf like kingdoms are to the north a bit, and then Gwen, you're like smack dab right between the connecting points of these two. So besides the one thing from Bliss, where Bliss has some familial issues that need to get worked out, which is just like a recurring theme with Bliss at this point, was there any other things that people specifically wanted to do or with or
Bliss with towards? Family problems? No.
Perfect child.
Family
Happy
trauma?
family life.
No.
But we're actually going to take a quick break, mainly because I have to use the bathroom, and that's what I'd like to do. So we're going to take a quick break, guys. We'll be right back in a little bit, and then we're going to discuss any changes people want to make to their character sheets, any additional future potential paths people want to take and go across, and all that good stuff. So we will be back in a little bit. Probably the least liked. Things that smelled awful, ratty mud off the street, and Love explained it as if you give even the worst thing a chance to be better, there's a good chance it might happen.
And maybe you guys are able to stealth around in the zoo. The animals are helping you. They don't know what you're doing, but they like go in front of you when the time is right.
Help.
Missy is very noticeable. I would say Missy probably does not help. But like there's a giant elk who's just like standing there, takes 2 steps forward to block your view, to block the view for a second, 2 steps back. So yeah, you guys are able to spy as these two go around and check out like all the animals. That was creepy.
It's the makeup because I'm not sure I understand.
Is she acting good because she thinks acting good is going to keep everybody together, or is she just acting good because she got it all out of her system the night before?
She got most of it out of her system, so she's mellowed out.
Okay, that's all I was asking. Mellowette? Like just a little mellow? A small mellow?
She's mellowed.
You had to see that coming.
I'm hanging up now.
Hi, Mel.
Didn't we... I just talked to you guys.
Yes, darling, catch up.
As halflings, we can run through large creatures. I'm going to run between its legs and try to get his attention over here and say, hey, you're going to stop that now.
Its head does turn towards you, and the eyes light up again to blast, but as you come around and confront it in that way, there is a delay in the moment, and it gives Ave a moment to act before that fires off.
No,
Funny
you're good.
It's funny as shit.
It hurts now.
Yeah, full stress to full laughter does that.
I'm gonna mute now. I'll be right back.
You go to your thing.
the crying.
Smoke inhalation.
And she smoke inhalation, and she.
That's amazing.
Cool. So Kind immediately locks eyes on Yvette and like starts swinging a hand back to start casting some shit.
Nope.
That also gets fucking
No.
Bells is gonna jump in between.
Wizard duel. Anyways.
No, this is the real one.
This
one's my fiance.
They just saved you. They just saved you.
I just healed your ass. I'll take it back.
All right.
Bells is fluttering in the air in between Kind and Yvette.
Okay. She kind of just processes for a second and she just goes, "This ass is reserved. Thank you very much." And just gets up and starts dusting herself off. Put it back, put it back, put it back, put it back.
I put it back.
I mean, when you take it out because you are strong, you feel like whatever it was attached to on the inside it snaps away from. So like it's like pulling out a weed. So like you can put it back on top, but it's just gonna sit there. It's not gonna be in the ground again, so to speak.
We definitely just killed this guy. Like killed this guy. Oh fuck.
Round. How are we feeling, guys?
I am not feeling good.
Just fucking peachy.
Cool.
Did I take any damage from that real quick?
Oh, you took 14 damage. Thank you for reminding me.
So happy to help.
Never remind him.
Hey, did we have homework last night?
That was.
I'm not drowning.
I
am sleeping so good.
That was kind of the energy that got tossed out.
This is only slightly horrifying. It's also really fucking cool, and I want to know how they did this because I want to write all my notes like this.
I missed you.
I missed you too. Do you think it's a spell? Or do you think it's a special kind of thing?
I don't know. Or perhaps this is pence, right?
Yeah.
So do you think the other ones are all writing their...
I mean, there's people. But there's not like a lot of people, but people.
Oh, I didn't know. I assumed we were the only 4 in the shop, so that's my mistake.
Well, I mean, his shop is kind of like an outdoor stall. Like again, he's literally like that guy from the opening from Aladdin, where it's like it's.
No, the face.
My
I want
mistake.
that. I want that face as our new group chat.
Please no. Please no.
It's happening.
Seriously, me. For fuck's
Flavor text.
Sure.
I smile at them, and my smile does that creepy little curly cue, and it's just a row of teeth that are just all purple and green and just sinewy and just ugh. And it's terrible. Like bone, you know, kind of thing. So, but like all curly cuey and everything.
Insane.
This is your monthly reminder to never fuck with Lyra.
And her head shoots up. She looks at Yvette. And she looks at Sid, assuming that they're in generally the same eyesight area.
Usually.
And she says, Yvette, would you like to run an experiment with me?
God. And they're right back in. That's all you needed to say. Irreparable friendship, who?
Centaur experiment. They slam that notebook closed, walk away from Camden, go right up to Lyra and like, yes.
Together forever, we're Yvette and Lyra, best friends.
God, I hate how accurate that is.
Sid gets a sending message and just hears in their minds.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck.
Here's Mama, I haven't failed you yet. Much improved. Where the hell have you been? Miss you. Fuck 'em up.
I will say you don't get that message.
What?
What?
You're not playing that character right now. You don't know what's going on. Sid, you have a nice
Okay.
daydream about a message from Maybe.
Oof.
Vinny. Ow.
Vincent, the fuck?
Where are you choosing to place yourself at the table when you approach? No.
I do love the face that we got for this one, though.
We had such good progress for a couple of
It
minutes.
was very good. Oh, that's the end
This
of the
is such a
session.
great.
No.
This is such a great photo. I want to capture this.
Take a screen.
All right.
I really want like pixie form of like Eldritch Blast.
That's not me, though.
All right, Mickey Mouse.
It doesn't matter. You've been gone for 6 months and you didn't say a word.
That's not that long.
At this
I'm
mo-
sorry, you up and left your partner for 6 months without a single word? Do you have any idea how often I try to talk to my girlfriend because I can't see her that often?
Friend?
Like, what the fuck is your problem?
I'm sorry. Who are you?
At this time,
it.
Bells and
Friends?
Bara appear as well.
My name's Kent. It is not my pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Likewise.
5e monk class things just by typing in crazy gun monk in Google.
That sounds
surprising.
That sounds super correct. Yeah, Kensai
Yeah,
monks with guns are really.
Technically speaking, thanks to Tasha's, gun monk can officially be a thing.
It is. I made a bunch. It was great.
my God.
It was really fun.
I hate this.
Oh, they were great.
Next to Arc, Crazy Gun Monks. Party
Yes.
name.
Yeah, sure. I'll recommend that to the Dark Arc people.
I
Do you guys want to go get tattoos?
fuck this.
Yes, tattoos. And
I would
then
like a
maybe
tattoo, Papa.
Stab me, daddy.
You didn't like that, Connie? I mean, Mel.
I got worse. It got worse when
When Nova talked.
yes.
Yeah, I do that. I'm sorry.
My
Something
grandfather loves boxed wine, so maybe this is actually a good thing.
What's up, Azanar?
something that is at least older than 15 years.
In a box?
In a box.
Do boxes live that long?
No, absolutely not.
I just
This
enjoy the phrase these
conversation.
boxes live that long.
This conversation.
Emphasis on live.
This is how I die, folks. Goodbye.
Cool. So Kind immediately locks eyes on Yvette and like starts swinging a hand back to start casting some shit.
Nope.
That also gets fucking
No,
ready.
no.
Bells is gonna jump in between.
Wizard duel. Anyways.
No, this is the real one.
She
This
just
one's
saved
my
it.
fiance.
They just saved you. They just saved you.
I just healed your ass. I'll take it back.
All right.
Bells is fluttering in the air in
freeze up.
between Kent and Yvette.
Okay. She kind of just processes for a second and she just goes, "This ass is reserved. Thank you very much," and just gets up and starts dusting herself off.
As halflings, we can run through large creatures. I'm going to run between its legs and try to get his attention over here and say, "Hey, you're going to stop that now."
His head does turn towards you, and the eyes light up again to blast, but as you come around and confront it in that way, there is a delay in the moment, and it gives Ave a moment to act before that fires off.
Didn't we... I just talked to you guys.
Yes, darling, catch up.
Probably the least liked. Things that smelled awful, ratty mud off the street, and Onolove explained it as if you give even the worst thing a chance to be better, there's a good chance it might happen. I really want like pixie form of like Eldritch Blast.
That's not me, though.
All right, Mickey Mouse.
Funny
Good.
It's funny as
It
shit.
hurts now.
Yeah, full stress to full laughter does that.
I'm gonna mute now. I'll be right back.
You go to your thing.
Sid gets a sending message and just hears in their minds.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck.
Here's Mama, I haven't failed you yet. Much improved. Where the hell have you been? Miss you. Fuck 'em up.
I will say you don't get that message.
What?
What?
You're not playing that character right now. You don't know what's going on. Sid, you have a nice daydream about a message from Maybe.
Oof. Vinny. Ow.
Vincent, the fuck?
My grandfather loves box wine, so maybe this is actually a good thing.
What's up, Azanar?
Something that is at least older than 15 years.
In a box?
In a box.
Do boxes live that long?
No. Absolutely not.
I just
This
enjoy the phrase these
conversation.
boxes live that long.
This conversation.
Emphasis on live.
This is how I die, folks. Goodbye.
Where are you choosing to place yourself at the table when you approach? No.
I do love the face that we got for this one, though.
No,
We had such good progress for a couple of
It
minutes.
was very good. Oh, that's the end
This
of the
is such a
session.
great.
No.
This is such a great photo. I want to capture this.
Take a screen.
Alright. And maybe you guys are able to stealth around in the zoo. The animals are helping you. They don't know what you're doing, but they like go in front of you when the time is right.
Help.
Missy is very noticeable. I would say Missy probably does not help. But like there's a giant elk who's just like standing there, takes 2 steps forward to block your view to block the view for a second, 2 steps back. So yeah, you guys are able to spy as these two go around and, you know, check out like all the animals. That was creepy.
It's the makeup 5e monk class things just by typing in crazy gun monk in Google.
That sounds
surprising.
That sounds super correct. Yeah, Kensai
Yeah,
monks with guns are really.
Technically speaking, thanks to Tasha's, gun monk can officially be a thing.
It is. I made a bunch. It was great.
Oh my God.
It was really fun.
I hate this.
Oh, they were great.
Next to Arc, Crazy Gun Monks. Party
Yes.
name.
Yeah, sure. I'll recommend that to the Dark Arc people. Do you guys want to go get tattoos?
Fuck this.
Yes, tattoos. And
I would
then
like a
maybe
tattoo, Papa.
Stab me, daddy.
You didn't like that, Connie? I mean, Mel.
I got worse. It got worse when
When Nova talked.
Yes.
Yeah, I do that. I'm sorry.
Because I'm not sure I understand.
Trying not to die is a great idea, guys.
Listen, I'm working on it, but the
Damn it.
ZD wanted to kill me, so the ZD rolled a nat 15 and I rolled a nat 1.
Nice.
So.
Hey, that's like D&D.
Only a little bit.
It's almost like we're doing a session 0 right now for next time.
Also, I love
Wait, we are?
I'm looking at the names of the pets that we had. We had Fufu Cuddly Poops, Alu the Boof, a Meow, a Roar, and Dandy. Those were the names of the creatures.
Dandy sounds like Eleira's. That's
I
gotta
think
be
you named
Eleira's.
your lion
Dandy,
Dandy.
Dandy was the lion.
Dandy Lion! Fuck, I hate you guys.
You can blame Syphil and Ollie for that problem, actually. I know how I got there.
Oh, you bastards.
Yeah,
I love you all.
So yeah, so the rest of the session, first we're going to first I guess we'll I don't know, I'll leave it up to you guys. Do you want to just like go over character sheets and items first, or do you want to discuss potential plans?
Sorry, ask me the question one more time. I got distracted by dog scratching.
Would you guys rather go over your individual items and character sheets and see if everyone's like caught up and knows what they have and all of that stuff, including extra stuff that you guys might not have that I do have written down? Or do you want to go over what people's potential next plans are?
Yes.
That's not.
I'd say character sheets first. That way we can, if we think of anything for plans, we can add it on to after versus thinking of plans and then. I feel like character sheets would be better first.
Becca has a point. I agree.
Okay. So I'm going to list a few extra items that you guys may or may not remember, just because these were things that Eleira did steal in the Truth Chamber, and we just rediscovered one of them, so you guys might need to rediscover the rest. So, one was a set of +1 armor. One was something called a Coin of Certainty, which would always land on the side you want. You could use up this power once to get an automatic crit. This coin. There was the Cape of Chlorophyll, which was a +1 to AC and +1 health every 5 minutes, and advantage on stealth in nature. Smuggler's Shoes would disguise your feet as animal prints and gave you +3 to stealth. Tranquil Whistle trains animals.
And that's why we have a lion named Dandy.
And gives you advantage on animal handling checks where sound is applicable. So,
Fuck. Vincent, you let us get away with so much.
this was my first time D&Ding. I just give you guys a lot of shit.
That's fair.
This is why I also create items.
I am betrayed.
Hi, Cat.
Cammy just drank out of my mug of water. Thanks, Cammy.
So he feels like good about their character sheet and feels like everything is like good to go, perfect, all set, no issues.
Mine is not perfect, but I know what's wrong with it, so I'm figuring it out.
Alright. Was yours all set, Griff, is what it looked like? Quickly, just do a quick... Sure. I also don't remember what any of the random plants we continued to gain you guys did, so you guys have to have those written down or figured out, or they don't do anything.
I have the notes on the ones I got. I found them somewhere.
And I also have mine as well.
Cool, because I remember like we kept making up plants, and I kept not remembering what they did. So...
Granted, my notes are a little loose, so like there's probably a DC check that has to be added to something or what have you, but it's stuff like that that is just like minor gaps.
Yep.
Does the Cape of Chlorophyll, you need to be attuned to it?
Probably. With that many abilities, probably.
That's what the checks were on that one.
I might take that one if nobody else wants it. Or doesn't already have it, actually. And then someone can take my periaptive wound closure. If I die, I'll look great.
Now, I think because I stole all that stuff from the closet, like I had handed some of it out to make sure, because I remember when I was being questioned, I was like, I don't have these things. I don't know why you would even ask about it. And I'm like, that's the truth. You can't catch me on that.
Yeah, I've got the smuggler shoes.
I know. All I know is anything that came out of that zone of truth, like secret storage thing, I had none of the objects on me, and that's how I got away with most of my bullshit.
I'm gonna send
all the secrets in that zone of truth you took to the wife's grave.
God damn it, Becca.
I'm going to since we just looked over Griff's thing. The one thing is the mask that you got, the pale visage. I did update that.
Cool.
So I'm gonna send you the updated version.
I'm sorry, say that one more time?
The mask called the Pale Visage that Eleira found so far back.
Great!
So
Just great.
I'll All I had it marked down as, I don't think it had a name as far as I knew. I knew it was a white scaled mask that when I wore it allowed me
it's
to
a
do
dragon
full
scale
grip.
mask. Yep.
But it would allow, I could feel something looking through the mask with me, so I didn't use it that often.
That really sounds like Tiamat.
It really does
right
now.
there.
Yeah.
You
Fuck Tiamat.
face so Tiamat
Vinny?
can look through your eyes.
Yeah.
Vinny. Vinny? Vinny, look at me. Look at me, Vinny. Go fuck yourself.
We haven't even started playing yet.
I'm having some emotions.
All the live long day. I'm glad me and Griff are on the same page. I was a little more confused about that, but yeah.
Fuck me.
Let me see.
I don't know what to do. This is a W.
What?
That is probably, yeah. And I don't know what the eye was from. I think the eye was also from the dragon. So at some point, the blood.
You say that too, but I can't imagine the dragon's eye being small enough that I can just walk off with it. I'm very confused by this.
Skaldi grabbed a whole bunch of crystals, but
Oh yeah, I have a list of
I don't
crystals. I have no idea what those do. No descriptions on those.
Yeah, I know. I remember what those. So at some point,
I also grabbed a bunch of crystals, but I didn't write them down. I think it was one of each, though.
The only one I have notes on is the one I added to the switchblade because I kept the stats of like what that does and how.
Yep. All right, cool. That's 100% fair. Glad that worked out. I'm not going to tell you what the crystals do until you guys take time to look it up. Cool. Next person who feels good about their character sheet. Mel, did you say you were like pretty good except like you know the problems?
I know what's wrong with it. I apparently don't have all the languages that I should have. When I first made this character sheet, I was not a smart child. And so I was actually missing quite a few things. So we're dealing with that puzzle right now. But yeah, I'm pretty okay.
Okay.
We're figuring it out.
So for you, the Scarf of Air Journey also got an update. Again. Send you the updated version of this. At some point I can send you guys like the written versions so it's easier to have, but for now, pictures will have to suffice. But basically it still allows you to do really stupid levels of jumping, which was like originally the thing you did. Like I remember the reason that you guys...
I would jump like 60 feet in one go. It was so good.
It was really awful. It was really bad. It was kind of great, but it was really bad. But it was kind of great. I don't know how we're gonna eventually get the revised version of Monk work. If you have it on like D&D Beyond, you're just gonna have to have it written down somewhere that you have more things than they allow you or something. Because unless you're gonna be using 20 for it, I don't know what your ending plan is.
D&D Beyond's pretty good about allowing you to add feats at random, so if you can go in and like homebrew a feat that adds the stuff, that's how I got through most of Avernus, is I would go in and like you'd give us a thing and I just had Avernus traits and I would just add things to that feat and I always had that tied to my character. It worked out pretty well.
That's fair.
yeah, I added your tattoo as an item for Skaldi.
That is a solid way. Is there any other particulars you want to go over about your character sheet? Serenity.
No.
Okay. The way you said that sounded so suspicious.
Good.
Cool.
Would you like to circle back to you once we're done?
No, I think I'm good. Like, again, it's mostly just a lot of like reorganizing stats and trying to figure out how the hell I calculated some of these, because some of these are either under or over. So, yeah.
Nice.
Don't be bliss wishes. Don't be bliss wishes. Don't be bliss wishes.
Are you gonna make bad TikTok sounds for everybody in the group?
Oh, he absolutely should. He's the bard.
Gwen or Skaldi, how are you guys feeling about your character sheets? Is there anything in particular y'all want to go?
I'm feeling pretty good. Can you repeat what the Cloak of Chlorophyll does? I typed it out. I think I got most of it. I'm missing the, what was it? Regenerate what health points every?
1 health point per minute.
No,
Per
one,
minute.
1 health point every 5 minutes, but
5 minutes. Okay.
But 5 minutes is not really a thing in D&D. It goes 1 minute, 10 minutes. So I'm gonna have to change that to 10 minutes, just because it.
I missed what the saves were on
Are you
that.
changing it to 2 health points per 10 minutes or 1 health point per 10 minutes?
1 health. It's gonna be +1 to your AC, +1 health every 10 minutes. So like you regenerate 1 health every 10 minutes. And I believe this all only works when you're in sunlight, because again it's very specific because of what it is.
That would make sense with chlorophyll.
And stealth advantage when you're in nature.
Sweet. And yeah, I feel like I wrote stuff down somewhere else and I just can't find it, so I will double check because it looks like I'm missing items, but I don't remember.
Yeah. From what I can tell, I don't know if you're on D&D or on.
I am.
Roll20.
I'm on D&D Beyond. I kept my character sheet on here. Did we use Roll20?
Yeah,
we did. So this is what you had from that I can see. You had Bag of Tricks, Parapet of Wound Closure, Prayer Bead Necklace, Wand of Lightning Bolts. That's it for items.
Okay, then I have. Then I have everything.
And then obviously the tattoo, and then this cape if you decide to use that as well. I will say, considering you got the psychotic gauntlets in the last 30 sessions, I don't feel as bad about you not having crazy items.
Don't worry about it. Also, anyone can take the perioptic wound closure if they want, because I'm taking the cloak, so now I'm officially again at 3 max, so I can't attempt it.
This is me learning that Mel, 3 years ago, was not very good at keeping track of a quote-unquote physical character sheet. Even though it was in digitized form, it was still basically a physical character sheet. Because even though my charisma stat is low as fuck... Wait. I think I figured out what I did wrong. Please hold. I was like, why do I have a +5 for a charisma saving throw? That doesn't seem correct. Her charisma is literally a 0 on this sheet.
I have expertise?
I don't think so.
And I don't know what
I'm gonna fix it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fix it.
No, there were a couple of idiosyncrasies between the sheet that I had and the one I was able to build on D&D Beyond. Like, I had more proficiencies than I have in the actual build, and I think that must have been related to Vinny's system of allowing you to build proficiencies through trading out stuff. I just don't remember what I traded out, so I will have to revise later, but I'm basically missing I think it was, I definitely had a proficiency in acrobatics that I don't currently have, and maybe animal handling that I was working on because I had the new lion. But yeah, I'm guessing those are recent additions, and I did not have a way to add it to this sheet, but it's terribly not important either.
Weird. Yeah, cool. Yeah. I don't know. It's been a while, guys. We're reworking. Hey, any of you watching? We're reworking 3/4-year-old character sheets. We don't know what we're doing. Honestly, it'd probably be smart to build them from the ground up again, but we're not going to do that.
Happy toddlers, everyone.
Kind of what I did with Skaldi, because she was so homebrewed.
Yeah.
I just hope that anyone watching
out of a giant bow.
I just hope that anyone watching isn't being overstimulated by the raw energy and emotion that's on display at the moment. All of this is so intense. Intensity levels.
It's very severe. I know. I don't know how we contain it.
I'm having palpitations. This is important.
Vinny, did I send you my character sheet? I don't remember.
I don't remember either. But I do have yours from Roll20 right next.
That one's busted.
Oh, I'm sure. I will send you first. I have made 2 giant's bows since then.
You have.
So I'm gonna send them both to you, and you can choose whichever one you want.
Okay. I'll probably have to manually homebrew them in D&D Beyond to use them.
Realistically, it gives you. I think either one of them gives you just like a plus to shooting, so you can always just like have a +2 longbow and then add the other thing somewhere else or something.
I think that's what we did for Avernus.
I cannot tell you how excited I was when I saw on my character sheet that I have not only a bow, but cloud arrows, because I forgot we had that as a thing.
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
That's where the cloud
kunai, the cloud kunai and the cloud arrows. Yeah.
An infinite resource if you're smart.
And I don't have any normal arrows, like none were on my character sheet. It was just sort of like, no, I only use it for this. It does not matter otherwise.
Do remember you need to put them over, like, if you have one left, you have to put it over, like, a pot of hot water to have it make more at some point.
That was always fun.
Skaldi, depending on what questions you have, I have your character sheet in front of me. It says you also have a bag of tricks. I don't know when the hell you picked up one as well, but apparently you also have one.
I started with one.
Gotcha. Which you used
I'm gonna see if I
sparingly,
can...
I guess, because...
Yeah, I didn't use it much. I'm gonna see if I can like download the D&D Beyond version and just send it to you so you can okay it. If I can do it quickly or if we can just do it before the next session.
Yeah, that's fine. And races of archery, which you just always get because you're a ranger. Yep. That's just always a thing.
Yeah. I'm a bit basic like that.
Got the bag of colding. You have the jar of ever-flowing nectar, which was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Rest of the stuff. Oh, goggles of night. Apparently, you got at some.
We did. We stole them
before we had frog on head. We had goggles.
We stole them from the
Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
Birds of Prey had some good stuff for you.
Yeah, I've got some scout arrows. I have a ring of protection. I might have added that in this rebuild. Just looking if there's anything extra that is not a usual thing. I've got the blueberry jam and blueberry tarts from Eleira.
Yeah, you had
I have nature's mixture. I have sticky bulb. Yeah, that's it. So I have one more attunement slot that I can do. But you said the boots would not be.
Yeah, those aren't really that crazy, so I'm fine with them not being attunable.
Cool. Manage. Can I share this? Export to PDF. Click to download.
Cool. So that's everybody's character sheet that isn't an NPC. I have Elena's and Hassets and Leon's to deal with at some point.
Where do you want me to send that to you, Vinny?
Wherever you want. Oh yeah, I forgot I gave her weird things. I forgot I made Elena.
Throw it in the drive.
I gave Elena the ability to surf on her shield for some reason, because I thought that was a cool idea.
Because of a certain trilogy.
Yes, but she's only a caster, so I don't know why I did that. Cool. So.
It's cool.
Other people have had a few minutes. Is there any additional stuff people... What are you from? Really different campaign.
I technically gained a proficiency and lost another one because I don't know how I ended up with a strength proficiency at all. But now I have an acrobatics proficiency of +10.
Did we give you athletics proficiency?
Huh?
Was it athletics or strength proficiency?
Sorry, athletics. Yeah. So I think again, past Mel somehow mixed up acrobatics and athletics. Very likely. But she's a +10 to acrobatics plus the fucking scarf.
Yeah. This is why we had you jump so far.
This is why we had to nerf it. God damn.
You're never gonna have to touch the ground.
I believe I can fly.
The floor is lava, expert edition.
Monks are really good at that.
That's my favorite game.
I don't even need to touch the sky. I just bounce and bounce and bounce.
I apologize for any viewers.
I think this preclusion is also
Don't you dare apologize.
I think this preclusion is also why Bliss had so many moments of like, I'm gonna jump from this car to that car, fall.
Yes, because
Because you forgot that you need the scarf for some of that, yeah.
Yeah.
Every time you tried to jump from car to car, you were getting a flash of this bliss.
Yes.
And you're like, wait, let's do it. And then you come back to yourself and you're like, that's not, who was that? That wasn't me.
That's not how physics works.
I'm pretty sure Avernus Bliss does not have proficiency in acrobatics. You did like stealth and stuff. So when
I
you
can
tried to jump.
confirm or deny that in a moment.
Go ahead. But either way, cool. That is for finding old items. Is there any big changes people?
She does. She has
does?
a +8.
There you go. Don't know why you kept screwing up so much, besides that ones.
I don't know what you want from me.
Is there any big big overhauls to character sheets anyone's planning on doing?
I've already done them, and I've messaged you about them because I wasn't playing my character, right?
No, that's fine. Yeah, no.
mood.
When Skaldi was originally made, you put all of your stuff in like strength and dexterity, even though you're a ranger and don't need your strength for crap.
Listen, Skaldi was my first ever character.
I know. This is why we can make fun of it now, though. We can all make fun of us because it's been 4 fucking years.
She still hasn't permadied.
Yeah.
Even though every session you always start with "This is where Skaldi dies."
Yeah. This is the one. It's going to happen today.
This is the one.
The one day they forget to say it is the day Skaldi actually does die.
Oh my god.
I said it during session 0.
We were kind of having a side chat over here about how excited I was about some of my objects, and I mentioned having a ton of ball bearings and how I wanted to make a blackjack out of a pouch that I have and ball bearings, and then Becca goes, you know what you should do? Put a bunch of ball bearings in a glass bottle, and then when you throw that, if they fall, they also feel like. And I was like, oh yeah, they cut themselves, and she's like, oh, and put oil in there too, so they have trouble getting up. And I was just like, oh, I'm gonna make like little fucking Molotov death traps.
That sounds like some Home Alone shit.
Let's design this. I'm down for this. This sounds great. This also sounds like how any like rebellion group in like a D&D city would like fight against the government. It'd be like, yeah, so we're gonna put ball bearings and oil into an empty wine bottle and just chuck that shit.
It gets the oil all over the ground, so it's flammable. It's slippery because there's oil, and then it's also super slippery because the ball bearings are there and you don't know where any of them are. And it makes very large.
And you gotta put
stabbing when you fall.
Exactly.
And you gotta put one caltrop in the middle, just in case.
Yeah. Thanks, Satan.
I have caltrops too. And they do only come in sets of 20, where ball bearings comes in sets of 1,000, so the ratio is pretty fair.
It's insane. Cool, yeah. But like, is there any like crazy overhauls that people need to like?
Oh god! We hear the cowbell approaching, and it's like, quick, grab the bottles! We're stopping this right now!
So bad. Any big overhauls we need to go over? Like, is like anyone like doing major change, like redistributing like all their stats or anything? Skaldi, what did you actually redo? Because I don't remember.
I don't even remember.
That's fine. Do you have like a plus 16 in strength and a plus 12 in dexterity still, or did we change that?
No.
Cool.
Strength is +2, dexterity is +3.
That's better.
I sent you the thing through private Discord.
Ooh, awesome.
It's like a 6-page PDF.
Yep, that's how D&D Beyond does it. A quick gander.
So the other thing that did change on mine is I don't know how I managed it back then, but I had like 0 strength, 0 intelligence, 1 wisdom, and then it was like 4 dexterity, 4 constitution, and 5 charisma. I'm guessing we were doing like rolls instead of standard array. But however I built it this time, I couldn't figure out how I got that many points, so it's a little bit. I've been nerfed slightly in my process.
I was gonna say it sounds like point buy. That sounded like you point buyed.
I'm guessing it was because I didn't see any feats attached. But even with point buy, I couldn't figure out a way to blatantly do that without like. Yeah, I had to have done something. I don't know. But in any case, when I tried to redistribute stuff, I came up a little short. But I'm happy with that because now I know how to play smarter, so it's not a big deal.
You know what? I think I got a lot more feats on this build.
I think as a group we realized how much more fun feats are than just being uber powerful.
Yeah. Well, I think I was trying to replace some of the homebrew stuff with feats that kind of did the same thing.
Gotcha.
I also may have changed her background. I don't remember what it was.
Oh my god, I have purity of body again. I'm immune to poison and disease.
Good.
No.
But
Fuck, yes.
But you have a tattoo. How can you?
That is a fair point.
That's true.
Impure. Impure.
In my defense, I don't really remember what my tattoo does, so like, eh.
I thought it got posted in the group chat.
Oh, did it? Am I stupid?
Someone
Telepathy.
That was how we communicated in the clouds. That was it, because you could.
Well, no.
Well, no, because you got that afterwards. You probably got that because of the clad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, so with the feats thing, no, feats are great because they're the type of thing that, like, I've seen DMs who freak out about it and they're like, oh, I don't want to give them too much stuff, it'll make them overpowered. And it's like, no, they're still always limited by, like, how many things they can do at a time. And, like, feats aren't going to alter that dynamic that much. You're just giving them more options, which is actually technically worse once they have, like, more than 10.
Especially for like bonus actions where everyone's like either you have no bonus actions or you have too many. No one ever has like the perfect amount of bonus actions.
Yeah, no, feats that give bonus actions, that does give actual power because you are usually adding to someone's actual repertoire, but like if you give someone like 12 feats that all just use an action to make use of, you're not really overpowering anybody. You're just giving them more tools to pick from.
Yeah.
I
Speaking of those
realized
tools.
something as I was reading through my stuff. I have this thing called Nature's Sanctuary, which I don't think I saw before because it's level 14, and I think we finished at level 14.
Yeah.
And basically, I'm such a high-level druid that just like standard, regular like beasts and creatures and like nature doesn't want to attack me.
Nice.
They have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, that's great.
And then they have to pick someone else if they fail it. So, like, if we were getting trampled by a herd of bison, they can't trample me. They will part the bison sea like
I'm gonna
Moses.
make that happen now.
Yes.
Quick thing.
So then, like, Eleira's logic is definitely one of those people who's like, I don't have to outrun the bear, I just have to outrun you. And now Gwen's like, good luck with that.
What's up, Bliss?
There's a massive thunderstorm
who's
rolling
riding
through
the
here
bear?
right now. So if somehow I suddenly disconnect, not lucky, no. If I suddenly disconnect though, you know why.
Okay.
Oh, you're
Because heaven forbid I lose power.
So when I originally made Skaldi, I didn't pay attention to leveling her up, so I missed a whole bunch of like things that were built into rangers. So I have Hordebreaker again.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I do.
Because you literally did
And
the
an
same.
extra attack.
You do. You have extra.
And a multi-attack defense.
You do. A lot of
And
good
Lance
stuff.
Stride.
You also.
And multi-attack volley.
I do like the feats that you chose because you have sharpshooter and tough, which is great.
Yay. I did good. Yeah. I was just trying to make sure I had everything.
Oh yeah, it all looks good. Looking over your character sheet, it all looks real good. I'm excited. And
Wunderbar.
you have forest, grassland, and mountain, which is perfect for the areas that you were in. So that's great.
Yeah. I may have planned that one.
Nice. Beasts, fiends, and plants is an interesting.
I was picking random at that point.
That's fair.
I mean, I was still thinking about Avernus, and I was like, oh, those fucking plants. The blood forest.
Those plants and fiends. Cool.
The trees were trying to kill us.
Yeah. Happens. They're mad.
It delighted the trees. Yeah. I will add the smuggler shoes, and I'll try to add your giant's bow instead of my regular longbow.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna write myself a sticky note so I remember to do that. That's not a pen. There it is.
I'm gonna redeem a hydrate just because I think everyone should hydrate. I'm sure they hydrate.
I'm not sure if I'm allowed to because Cammy drank from my cup.
It's like
cat food flavored water.
It's like cats are assholes or something.
That's her cup now. She owns it.
It's got bees on it.
Do you kiss your cat at all?
Fuck yeah, I got a water bottle. No, I don't kiss Cammy.
Rude.
I give her
I thought you were saying fuck yeah to kissing the cat.
Me too.
I also thought the same thing. I'm glad we were all on the same page, except for Meg.
That's how it usually is.
I was dog sitting for some people recently, and I went to go meet the dog. Like the 5-year-old kid was also there, and the dog. Sorry, I went to do hand gestures, so I let go. The dog and the kid.
I got it.
All right, thank you. The dog and the kid. The dog is just like in the kid's face, and the kid's like half talking as the dog's just licking around the mouth, and just like, I'm like, why are you letting her do that? And the parent was just like, it's fine. And I'm like, dogs' mouths are not clean. That is a rumor and a lie. Nobody cares. I'm so confused.
So, soapbox aside.
Because a dog's mouth is not clean.
That was my only point, is that animal mouths aren't clean. Do not trust them. Don't let them lick your tongue. It's gross.
That's why water bottle instead of mug.
Cool. So, yeah, so did we figure out everybody's tattoo? Or everyone but Gwen's, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I wrote down mine.
Proud of you. Yeah. I can't hear you, Mel.
I'm muttering to myself,
oh, okay,
so you shouldn't be able to hear me.
Damn it.
Saw lips moving, but no words, so it was very confusing.
I don't like anybody else. When I think about you, I mutter to myself.
Boo.
No, that's an A+.
Boo. Let's see. So we got that. Yeah, so because it also has been a while, I will let all of you re-choose tattoos you would like. Just because it has been a while. But I do think that you guys chose them in good moments for what you wanted, so like it's up to y'all.
I would like to keep my lion. I did not get enough use with that.
No, you didn't.
I'm keeping my marigold. It fits her perfectly.
But since Gwen doesn't know exactly what hers is until there's a re-listen, and I don't know if telepathy is still the option of choice for Bliss. Serenity. I get used to saying Serenity. Called her Bliss so much.
Wait, that's actually a really good question. Do we, your group, call you Bliss or Serenity now? Because it's going to take a lot of remembering.
Oh, she does still have her hat of disguise, and at the end of it, towards the end of it is when she realized that, okay, yeah, all right, this is real, and I'm like actually in danger. She asked you guys to start calling her Serenity. So, yeah, Bliss is okay in private, but general consensus, Serenity is the preferred.
I do have the name plate in on stream as Serenity, so hopefully that will be something that I at least get used to.
I could change it on Discord.
I bolded Serenity in the notes for you.
Appreciate you.
I do foresee a few sessions at least where Eleira is basically just like, Bless, stop looking when I say that.
Evil.
I have a housekeeping thing.
Just start calling her Eleira again, like I did for the first 5 sessions.
Eleira, yeah.
Where does the eye go?
I know.
Yeah,
so
straight up.
Fucking bad. What's your question, Meg?
My housekeeping thing is, you guys know how I love color coding my notes?
Yes.
Yeah, y'all gotta pick your character colors again. I mean, I assigned them last time based on...
What colors do you have?
Anything in Google.
Green.
So the primary and secondary colors. Don't be
Alright, so Gwen wants a
complicated.
green.
I'm kidding. Give me like a pastel purple or some shit.
Serenity wants pastel purple.
It's a green.
Okay, so I have to choose a new monk spell thing or whatever because one of my elemental disciples is not available on D&D Beyond, which is Crushing Hand of the Mountain, which is fine.
That's because it's probably in the revised.
Might be. Well, no, this is the revised one. I found the revised on the homebrew section of D&D Beyond.
Oh, sweet.
And it's still not in there. So
Crushing Mountain should just be Maximilian's Earthen Fist.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just literally put the spell in it.
Ooh. I know, you know what? I might swap it for something else. That's okay.
It's fair enough. Do remember that we did have you going down a road that was related to some lightning-y stuff. I don't know if that's even available.
Oh, yeah.
But I do plan on circling back around to that at some point if that's a thing that we end up having a chance to do.
Mm-hmm.
Daughter of Storm Fairies. Griff, what color are you choosing for Eleira?
536878.
Ooh, why?
Hang on, I gotta get back to the right tab, and you gotta say it again, but slow. Give me 1 sec.
I actually was hoping that was just gonna flummox you, but I like how you just rolled with this flat out like hex code. Got it.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Say it one more time.
536878.
Oh wait.
Ready.
Google Doc. Okay, so you can get specific with that. I was thinking Google Calendar, where you only have like 8 options, which is where my mind went. So I guess you can have 2.
Eleira's writing is all in white.
Boo.
Well, now I need to pick a color. Gwen already chose green. I'll think about it.
Sorry, I can go with a different color if you want.
Nope, you're green. I need to get out of the greens and browns, because, like, it's all I do.
Do you want me to pick something lighter?
No, that'll work as a highlight for you.
Okay. Because I have an alternate. I just didn't know.
Good. I'm gonna save this to the desktop so I don't lose it again. Because last time you
was
sent
able
me
to
a giant
cast
straight bundle.
gaseous form. Was it Gwen?
That would be Gwen.
It's not gaseous form, it's wind walk, but that's how we turn into clouds.
Yeah, it's definitely Gwen. It's no way it's a bard.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
And it's with the prayer beads.
Yeah.
Isn't there a limit on how many of the prayer beads you can use? So can you guys even gaseous? Can you even gaseous form again?
Are we even gaseous?
Give me a second. I think wind walk. I think I can do up to 8 people.
Yeah.
For the spell. That's why.
Well, no. I mean, do you still have it? Because I believe you have to use the prayer bead. I believe it's...
Oh no, they come back. I think I just had to roll to make sure how many came back. It's like anything with charges.
Gotcha. I'm still double checking. I remember those not being permanent. That was... once a magic bead spell is cast, the bead can't be used again until the next... Cool. That makes sense. Cool. What did you say you were going to plan on bringing back with that? Were you going to use planar ally or something?
I think I'm gonna wait to tell you.
Surprise!
But yeah, I don't know when. It'll happen.
Gotcha. Alright, so just always have counterspell ready whenever you cast a spell.
Dude, if you are able to bring over characters from different universes, different worlds, I think the least I can do is bring across a planar ally.
She's got a point.
Very curious. This universe people wouldn't know about that.
But that universe dude would.
Dude. Okay, Gargoth. Got you. So literally you're gonna go pray next to a bed like Lilo and be like, I just want a really nice planar ally. The nicest one you have, and then Gargoth's just gonna be...
That's exactly what it is.
I need that moment now. Now I really want that moment. I'll probably let it happen because I just think it's funny as hell. That'll be really funny though. You know, you're just giving me an in to have Gargoth be in this universe, right? Which is like a really bad idea and a really great idea.
I want it so much. I miss him. I was talking. Okay, this is completely out of for a second, but one of my friends is doing Avernus, and she was telling me about all of the things that they're going through right now, and it was making me miss our game so much.
Where are
she's
they?
Like, yeah, we're looking for Zariel's sword right now, and I'm like, oh my god, that took us forever. did you find the shield, like that cursed shield? And she's like, yeah, I have, but I've been trying to pawn it off. It stopped talking to us about a week ago. Oh my god.
It's gonna tell him.
It's the
People don't know what they're missing.
It's the Kristoff and Anna thing. I'm gonna tell them, don't you dare.
Yes. Don't you dare.
And I stumbled upon our 20 questions because I was looking for my hometown's name in our chat and I couldn't find it, so I was like scrolling really far back, and I got to
20
when
questions.
we were in the car and we were just messaging back and forth about like the different questions here and there, and I got to the one about like, oh, would Gwen ever want to be married someday? And I was like, ah.
If my girlfriend doesn't die. Yeah. If you guys ever do text RP with me, it will benefit your characters greatly during games. Or horribly. One or the other. I don't know. That's probably up for debate.
I love horribly.
You got yourself a scarf that let you hop 60 feet. I want to hear
That's
it.
fair. That's fair, but that had nothing to do with the text RP, and that had to do with some backstory bullshit, sir.
Oh, I thought it was fun. Cool. So at this point, really the only thing, like, and we can always discuss later on about this as well, what are the next steps people want to do if you guys have even thought out? Because I have in-world things that are going on around this time, from what I remember, and I can make those things hit you or be related to you guys, or if you guys have your own things, we can do those.
Yeah. I mean, Bliss's long-term goal is to make her way up to Avali and see if she can find her dad and fight her uncle. Probably has to kill him, so she has to reconcile with that. But then also help her friends with their problems. Because she's in a state of denial right now. It ain't just a river.
No. So does any other character have active things that they definitely want? Eleira, do you have any beef with your parents that you feel like dealing with? Or anything at home you deal with in general? Fair
Yeah,
enough.
you killed him.
Only one of them was my fault.
Do you care about dealing with the kingdom stuff in either of those kingdoms?
Kingdom stuff?
I had never actually even considered the idea of like lineage inheritance and the expectations thereof for her character, to be honest.
Is Eleira a rich kid? Is
Yeah.
Eleira royalty?
Basically.
Is Eleira a fucking princess and we never knew?
So her backstory was that Moon and Sun elves got married, so like both clans, it was supposed to be like a merger thing, but like both clans kind of hated it, so they were already slightly ostracized, but then they had twins who were fraternal, so Elena got the obvious elfness while Eleira got the tiefling thing, and they were like, well, fuck this kid, get this kid out of here. Nobody needs to see this, we don't need more bullshit right now. So then Eleira was abandoned and taken in by a servant who was supposed to get rid of her, but instead raised her. And then when the parents died through other means, Elena got also taken in by that parent, and that's how we bonded before that parent was being a dick and trying to take advantage of us, and then Eleira like snapped and her magic kicked on and like she burnt her to death or something weird. And then ghosted on Elena being like, I'm a monster, I don't know what to do, and like fucked off and left a note, and that was how we got separated to begin with. But yeah, there's apparently like a whole kingdom lineage that I have never really considered until this exact second when it came up otherwise.
And somehow we never learned this in all of like the 25 sessions that we played together.
So she barely found out like right before she had the trauma of separating from her sister, so she never really explored the idea of it herself, which means I never considered it.
Right.
But yeah.
As a small FYI, I related to that. Where you're going, where Avali is, like on the exact same part of the continent up here is where both of the Moon and Sun Elf kingdoms are.
Oh shit.
So
Any chance someone will recognize you?
That's a very good question.
Not me, but if Elena's around, possibly. Or if like now that her and I
Or
are in
if
contact.
you are disguised as Elena.
Elena.
Which is
like,
which is a very popular choice.
That is because I used to walk around being like, "Do you recognize my face?"
Yeah,
I'm looking for the person who shares my face.
It was like that was a lot of the text RP was you walking around like killing people, but also before you kill them, being like, "By the way, do you recognize this person?"
So yeah, there's a whole other thing that I had considered at one point but never brought up because I didn't want to entice you, but now I think I need to entice you. I had been walking around picking these fights with different people or getting into these instances with people where I'm like, I need to stop this bullshit, or I need to take care of these people, or I need to kill that guy because he's abusing folks. But I did it often wearing Elena's face. And at some point, I'm sure someone's going to attack her thinking that it was her who was involved in all that crap.
Yeah,
there's options.
Yeah, the point where you guys were at in the Goliath village didn't leave a lot for stuff like that to happen because it was very secular comparatively. You're exploring now, so.
You mean secluded, but yeah. They were very non-religious, so they didn't know what other people looked like.
Y'all knew what I meant. I didn't. Cool. So that's some stuff for Eleira. Skaldi, anything, or are you just like chilling with your friends?
Just chilling with the friends.
Cool, because you had a lot of drama in Avernus, so I totally get if you want a break.
I want a break and Skaldi's stuff wrapped up nicely, so.
I'll just make Tiamat come back in this dimension for you.
No.
Can you imagine if Eleira's mask like is a gateway into Tiamat for Skaldi, but like Tiamat like try to reach towards Skaldi through the mask?
Yeah, that'd be fucking weird.
Hey, my champion! Wait, you're not quite my champion. Fuck!
I will say, unrelated to that, there are literally crowns of the 5 chromatic dragons. They do exist. that is a D&D thing.
Oh boy.
Masks, not quite so much. Masks could be something else. Not that anyone has any idea, you know. That'd be so weird. Hi, Kareen. Thanks for donating. Wow, we are so close to getting you guys that 30,000K.
Yeah.
Or 30K, not 30,000.
30,000K.
Which will be active for this campaign as well, by the way, guys. So any of you
basically anything you're DMing.
Yeah, anything I'm DMing, if any of you 4 are also watching the channel and accrue points, or if you have friends who are watching and accruing points, they can use stuff that gets you guys better rolls, or like additional luck, fate points, or like the community goal we're about to reach, which is going to give someone a single auto crit. So that'll be fun.
How are you going to decide who gets a single auto crit?
That's not going to be for me to decide. That's going to be
for us to argue over?
Correct. Basically, It's going to go into a pot, and then I'm going to restart the 30K countdown, and we're going to do it all again. We're going to keep building up that pot, and people can use them when they decide to use them. You can keep doing that, Griff, but...
This is how you decide things. I got nodded first. Whoever the last person to put the finger on the nose is stuck with it. That's how it works.
Well, we just completed the community challenge thanks to Becca. Nice job, Becca. You sneaky lady.
Nice. That's awesome. So that means I get to change that. We'll say that there is now a pot with 1 in there. I'm going to keep resetting this and keep building that up so you guys can slowly get a pot of auto crits.
What a relief.
Cool. And then Gwen, you are specifically still trying to like basically figure out you want to figure out how the fuck these things happened, right? Like that's like.
So thank you. In a grand scheme of things, Gwen's probably thinking like there's gotta be like giant celestial beings that kind of just like went just dropped a bunch of rocks, and people were like, let's dig these out. But obviously, I don't know what that noise.
Celestial's playing in a sandbox?
It's like a giant pile. I figure it's like an ash pile, but out of rocks, but like the size of a 4-story house. Like it's huge.
Oh god.
It is humongous, and there's these little small entrances. That's like if you're like crawling on your hands and knees, you can get through it. And I mean, it's barred off now in Ireland, but it's really cool. And
I would totally get involved in the barred off.
It's like these giant like caverns and corridors underneath these big structures. And so it would just be really cool to figure out how they came to be, you know, in this world, in my hometown. Is this a just Hillcrag thing? Or is it everywhere else? Are there other ways that this is here? I'm just really curious, honestly. I feel like it would be an interesting thing to
Aliens.
Aliens.
Cool. So we have 3 different goals. Gwen's kind of more of let me go other places and figure this out, which really means Gwen can go anywhere with that.
Yeah, kind of a passive thing that's just happening over time.
And thank you all for attending Gwen's TED Talk.
Yeah.
Aliens. Astral plane. I would say then the only active specific goal is going to Avali and dealing with more family issues. The Jerry Springer show, basically.
Sure, we'll
I
find
think you
something
mean the
to
Jerry Castroval show at this point.
So are you like officially having the last name be Castroval in this universe too?
Yeah.
Good
I'm pretty
enough.
sure that's where we first came up with the last name.
Oh, you
was
made it
this
up.
universe.
You made it up in Avernus. That was the first time.
Yeah, no, Castroval's sticking. I can't come up with anything else. I'm not that smart.
Cool, that's fine.
Or the Serenity Springer, because, you know, you can bounce real high.
There it is.
I'm hanging up now.
Bye.
So, what we'll be doing next session, because this one we can cut off shorter for this one, is next session, which we have to still pick the date and stuff for. We're going to allow time for you guys to hang out with the people that you just finally gathered together, for you guys to like remake sense of this universe, because I think we're going to need like at least one session for that. And then we'll start making you guys travel north back to Avali. Which I'm excited to have you guys start heading there, because I think the Fire Arc people are also heading there, so it'd be really funny if we just had all these people collide at the place where the Air Arc people just never completed anything. It would just make me laugh.
Quick question, just because I haven't really been necessarily following through with the rest of the campaign, the whole thing, are all of our arcs happening at the same time, or is it like Earth Arc happened and then next month was...
They are usually spaced apart. So Earth Arc happens, then Air Arc happens, and they're like a month or two apart. Then Water Arc happened about a month or two apart, and then Fire Arc happened again a month or two apart. Light Arc is actually starting, because it's going to be much longer time-wise, is actually starting before even Earth Arc started, and will slowly be catching up to where Fire Arc is time-wise. So
we're gonna need Bliss' Serenity to learn some more time travel magic so we can be first again.
I'm trying to get all of my goddamn storylines to like reconverge at around the same time.
Oh, buddy.
And then like Gentlefolk is like 4 or 5 years before.
4 or 5 years behind, yeah.
It's all so messy. It's great.
Listen.
Time travel's bullshit anyways.
Yeah.
A timeline map? Yeah, I need a timeline.
Yeah, definitely. A timeline map.
I actually read it as time travel map, even though I said it right, and I was like, yeah.
Travel route map also feels correct.
Yeah, cool. So we're actually going to end tonight early, because
realistically... Wow.
What?
Sir, calm down.
Well, if we end early, then Becca leaves, and I'm all alone again.
Okay, Griff, get your jokes out now.
These two are fucking menaces together.
I know, I can't handle it. It can't ever happen again.
The only way it's worse
means we all need to play in person.
No, we need to trade off, so there's always one person with another person, so we can keep seeing how the different dynamics work.
Oh, but
how
no.
obnoxious we are. Yes.
Yeah,
I can't lie. It's nice to be around happy people. I'm around grumpy people all the time. All of my patients were miserable last night.
Who has to fly over to Mel and be with Mel for a live session?
I can do that. My brother lives nearby. I can go visit.
I mean, I was literally in New Jersey, New York over the weekend.
Oh, there we go. So yeah,
you didn't say hi? Come on, Mel.
Ma'am, I didn't. We're here.
I was at a birthday party for my cousin.
I will note that I haven't gotten to spend a lot of one-on-one time with Becca, and I did not realize we'd vibe so strong in person like this. I'm pretty happy about it.
Anyways, next time we come back, sometime in God, what month is this? This is April. Most likely sometime in May, unless we somehow find a way to get together sooner, which no promises with these once a month things. Mill's just like, nope, too much. Yeah.
I looked at my planner today. I don't know how I'm surviving this month. I'm doing too much.
I asked you about this beforehand too. You remember that, right? Where I was like, "Hey, you make sure you're not doing too much," because
I mean, I'm having a similar thing, but mine was more by surprise. The people who were involved in programming for Worldcon had some weird fallout, and I needed to jump in last minute to like fix a bunch of stuff for some people. So I was up for most of last night. I slept from like 10 a.m. until like 4 p.m. today. I had to catch up on sleep then.
Nice.
And I mean, to be fair, Vinny, it's not just too much of this; it's also like
life.
personal life.
No,
stuff.
I get you. 100% get you.
Like my mom's birthday is coming up. There's a lot.
I get you. Either way, next time we convene, which we will post on Instagram. Ooh, I forgot to make an Instagram post today. That's my bad. Either way, we will start posting regular schedules and when things are going on. The Earth Arc is going to most likely be once a month, which means you'll get to see us reconvene, which is good because I think we all missed each other and over like 4 months of not playing after 3 years. So it's gonna be very good to have this, even if it's very spaced out as a regular thing. And Earth Arc will continue one of the many storylines that's going on in Vagari. Please join our Discord and hang out with us because we'd like more people to talk to about these stuff. You can hear more of these really awful jokes and puns until I kick them out. But until then,
I'll let them back in. It's okay. I have mod privileges.
I will chain myself to the tree.
You're welcome to do that. I'll allow it. Roll for tree chaining. Anyways, thank you for coming, guys. We will see you
at the 12.
We will see you next Sunday for Light Arc, next Wednesday for Blight Arc, and then soon we will have Fire and Gentlefolk playing as well. So have a good one, and we will see you next time.